Good morning everyone and Happy New Year. I'm just walking into my study, got my cup of tea, it's Monday morning, so I need to get ready for the week and I thought you might like to join me because it's been a little while since we've chatted. I've got all the blinds down because it is hot today. It's very hot in Sydney and my study is upstairs, which isn't fantastic because it does mean that it gets really hot up here, although I do have an air conditioning, but it still gets quite warm. So let me put you down somewhere so we can have a catch up. So hello again, everyone. I'm now seated at my desk. it's a bit late. It's 20 past 10 in the morning. However, I have already been on the treadmill. I'm trying to incorporate some more running into my exercise routine. I'm not a natural runner, so this is something I'm kind of having to motivate myself to do. But I did do 5 kilometers this morning on the treadmill, and I've been doing it now for about, well, pretty much this year, since the year started. So I'm not fast, I'm quite slow, but the point is I'm getting it done and feeling better, you know, the more I do it. So I've already done that. I have already had a little peek at my emails. But last year I did a little video on how I get organized on Monday mornings. So basically this is when I do my to-do list for the week ahead. I like to know exactly what's coming up. I check my calendar and see what podcast recordings and meetings I have this week. This is actually a really exciting week because my new yearly course, 365 Days with Medieval and Renaissance Wonder Women, kicks off on Friday. So it does mean that I have quite a lot of admin that I'm doing at the moment, because this is probably one of the, I suppose, biggest events I've organized. There are 29 contributors. There are, you know, participants from all over the world, which means I've got to think about time zones for live chats and all that kind of thing. But probably the most time-consuming thing is emailing all the speakers, making sure that I get their lectures on time, uploading lectures, watching them myself, of course, it's wonderful. It's learning, which I love. So that starts on Friday, so I'm really, really excited. And I had taken a little break from podcast recordings for the last, I don't know, few weeks. I thought I needed a little bit of time off, but everything is kicking back up this week. I got 2 recordings on Friday as well. So Friday's going to be a big day because it's the actual beginning of the course. Plus I have a morning podcast recording and an evening podcast recording. So yes, lots of exciting things. I'm also doing some shorter events that I mentioned as well to you last year. I run some shorter events as well. So I need to start thinking about producing the content for that. Always lots of fun history stuff on the agenda. So what I'm going to do first is write up my to-do list for this week, and then I'll touch base with you again because I've got some books that I'd like to share with you. You know, I love books. All right, be back soon. Okay, so I have written up my small to-do list, basically just the main things that I need to get done this week, main priorities, which, as I mentioned, most of it's going to be to do with the course. What I also did is I like to put together a little sort of introduction package for the participants that are doing the yearly course. So everyone sends me either a little video or the camera shy people, just a little written blurb. So I had lots of emails that I needed to go through and just copy and paste introductions into a document, and also just collate those videos. So I've started doing that, which is really exciting. It's so nice to see people's faces and to see how eager they are to start learning about medieval and, you know, 16th century women. So I've still got some more emails that I need to actually respond to, but before I do that, I just received a message that something's being delivered to my front door. So let's go and see what that might be, because I am waiting on lots of books. But I'm waiting on other things too, so who knows? Let's check it out. Oh. Okay, so let me show you what just got delivered. First thing, I purchased a new sunscreen. So, oh, can you see that? So I've heard really good things about this. It's called Ultraviolet and it's SPF 50 plus. Of course, living in Australia, I need to have sunscreen on every single day. It's a Queen Screen, very high protection, UVB and UVA, ultraviolet. So I'm excited to test that out, but some other things. So this space that you see behind me, we're currently redecorating it. So it's just in the early stages, but I bought some really lovely cushions and a throw. So this new Chesterfield lounge we got recently and I absolutely love it. So this is where we sit and listen to records and just relax, and there's a big window here and you know we can watch the sunset and the planes coming in. It's really lovely. And I also got those 2 armchairs recently, so we're just doing a whole redecoration. So let me show you these gorgeous cushions. I really love it. So all of this is from a store called Bed, Bath and Table, and you can have a look at it online. But let me just put this one here for now. Okay, so that was the first one. I'm just going to pop them there and then I'll reorganize them. My goodness, they're even more gorgeous than what they look like on the website. So that's the second one. So beautiful. Oh, I love it. I have to take the tags off. I actually bought 2 of those last ones. Sorry, I think I'm a bit wonky. The camera's a bit wonky. So I have 2 of those. Beautiful. Let's just line them up for now. Oh, these look gorgeous as well. I'm so excited. I've been waiting a couple of weeks for these. So pretty. I just love the patterns and the colors. Like I quite like the bright colors on those other ones, but I do also love a muted color. So that's gorgeous. And I do have 2 of those. Ooh. Scissors would have come in handy, I think. There we go, finally. So that's number 2. And last thing, of course, even though it's like high 20s outside, a throw, because it will eventually be autumn and winter again. Look at this color. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love to be cozy and I can totally see myself there reading a book, candle on. Look at this. That's really gorgeous. I'm really happy with all of these things. I just need to now kind of work out exactly where they're going to go, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I absolutely love how it looks. I don't know if I need that middle cushion there. I might end up putting that somewhere else, but for now, it is staying there. I absolutely love it. And yep, so happy with this. It's getting that cozy vibe that I am absolutely loving. This is so lovely. Color's gorgeous. So one more thing that I need to show you that just got delivered. There's a lot of packaging. Ooh. Yay, so I ordered some more copies of this gorgeous, gorgeous colouring book, Colouring History, the Ultimate Tudor Colouring Book, a collaboration between myself and illustrator and artist Catherine Holman. So I'm so excited. I had run out of copies, so I needed to order some more to have. I love to have some. Let me just, can I give you a little flick through? It is absolutely fabulous. Catherine did such a great job on the illustrations. So if you are looking for a mindful hobby in 2025, may I suggest colouring some Tudor history? Okay, so now I need to tidy up a little bit because I've got cardboard everywhere and a bit of mess, and I can't work like that. So I'm just going to take 10 minutes just to tidy, put things away, and then what I need to do is edit a lecture that I recorded with my wonderful friend Dr. Owen Emerson that's going on my other YouTube channel, the Talking Tudors YouTube channel. So I need to edit that, get that ready. I still have a couple of other emails to respond to, and I will be having a break for lunch soon. So I'll update you once I've got things done. So one thing that I really want to try and do this year is read more and not scroll as much and do much more reading. And I've started pretty well. So I wanted to show you some of the books that I've already read this year in case you want to add some to your TBR list. So the first one is this one. It's called A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr. Oh my goodness, I loved this so much. It's actually been on my TBR list for years and I don't know why I put it off. So it's basically about a man who returns from World War I. You know, he's physically, mentally damaged, obviously, from that experience, and he trains as a restorer of medieval paintings. So he spends a summer in a lovely, quaint little village in, I think it's 1920, restoring a painting in a church. And it's just the story of that experience and how it is incredibly cathartic for him and healing. And it's just beautiful. And it's such a, it's a short little read. So highly, highly recommend A Month in the Country. Then I also read this beautiful and original book. It actually won the Booker Prize last year, so some of you may have read it. Orbital by Samantha Harvey. Again, not very long, but what a stunning story. It's so original because it really doesn't have much of a plot. So it's set on an international space station and it revolves around the 6 astronauts that are on there. And it's basically just their thoughts and reflections about our beautiful planet that they're seeing from their space station. So it's really beautiful. It's like their memories and yeah, just them reflecting on what it means to live on planet Earth and our beautiful planet. I loved it so much. Highly, highly recommend Orbital. So the other book that I read, this was the first one I finished actually, is The Thistle and the Rose, The Extraordinary Life of Margaret Tudor by Dr. Linda Porter. So this was actually the book that we read for the Talking Tudors book club. So on my Patreon community, I do lots of extra things for the people that support me there. One of those things is a book club. So we choose a book, we all read it, then we have a live Zoom discussion about it. And so this is the book we're discussing soon, in a few weeks. Brilliant biography, so easy to read. I think I devoured it in like 3 sittings. So if you're interested in Margaret Tudor, a woman that is not often spoken about. So this was really great and I loved it, and Linda's fantastic. So highly, highly recommend that. Now, what I'm currently reading, I just want to mention 2 that I'm currently reading. This one is a little bit different. So Sagaland, Richard Fiddler Kari Gislason, probably completely butchered that surname, it's Icelandic. So it's a mixture of, it's like a sort of travel journal. The 2 men who are friends, they live here in Australia, they go to Iceland and they're following in the footsteps of the sagas, the Icelandic sagas. So I'm really interested in myths and sagas, and so I picked this up. It's quite a big book. I'm about more than halfway through now and I'm really enjoying it. I'd love to travel to Iceland one day. It seems like such an amazing country. So it's just interesting to learn about their great sagas, but also the mixture of the travel element. So they're actually traveling to places where the stories are set. So I really enjoyed that one. And now this is one that I just started yesterday. It was delivered, sent to me by the publisher. So thank you very much, University of California Press. And it's called Humans, A Monstrous History by Sureka Davies. Now, I'm interviewing the author at the end of the month for my podcast, Talking Tudors. Started this, I thought I'd have a peek at it yesterday. You can see I've already read quite a bit. It's so interesting. So it's not a history of monsters, as the book says, but a history through monsters. So looking at people that have been monstrosized, if that's a word, throughout history, and why that's the case. What have people thought makes someone human in history? What makes you a monster? All those kinds of themes and ideas. And it's just such a clever book. And I'm loving it. I'm hoping to finish this one in the next few days as well. So I just thought I'd share a few little books to add to your TBR. So a definite goal for me this year is to read more. I'm not putting a number on it though. I don't want to do one of those challenges where you're like, oh, I'm going to read 100 books, because I just find that's too much pressure, and I feel that it will detract from the experience of just reading and enjoying what you're reading. So I'm just saying hopefully more than last year, but not putting a number on it. I have actually joined STORYGRAPH. So if you're interested and you want to just follow what I'm currently reading, what's on my TBR list, I actually have a big book delivery coming, which I'll share with you. But so STORYGRAPH is just free. It's a bit like I think it's the competitor to Goodreads. And I just joined it just to keep track of my reading this year, basically just because I end up writing books in different notebooks, because I love stationery, as you know. And then I forget where my list is. So I never have a proper list. So at the end of the year, I want to be able just to look and see, okay, these are the books that I've read. So that's STORYGRAPH. I'll pop the link below if you're interested. So it is about 5:15 now. I've just gotten back from doing a little bit of grocery shopping. I didn't get the video edited that I mentioned earlier, but I did do some research and prepare some questions for an interview I've got next week. So I've ticked that off the list, so I'm happy about that. I also got a bit of reading done as well. So I'm just going to get ready to make something for dinner and then probably do some more reading this evening. So thank you so much for joining me for this little video. I really look forward to seeing you all in the next installment. In the meantime, please take good care of yourselves.